ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Hammond Collection Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus. I told you all I'd be back with this line. Honestly, I'm back with this line a little bit sooner than even I thought. But thankfully, it's not just this gal in Ceratosaurus. I have more on the order. I'm very excited for that Concavinator. Now, in comparison to Rexy, Dilophosaurus over here is a much smaller gal. But thankfully, that really doesn't mean much in terms of the quality of the figure, because she's got just as much paint, just as much detail, and just as much articulation as the bigger figures do. Yeah, the back ain't all that impressive in terms of paint, but detail, oh boy. Look at the back of that frill. It's like a veiny potato chip. Look at the detail for the rib cage and even the musculatures on the thighs and shins over here. And look at those feet! Yeah, I'm really not helping myself with the foot fetish narrative that I've been spinning unintentionally. Hell, look at the underbelly of this figure. Just fantastic. But, you know, I need to stop padding because I need to talk about what's most impressive. That being the frill. Yeah, Jirus wishes.
Baba Booey.
The beautiful amounts of detail is just completely outshined by this paint job over here. Even reds and yellows with some darker colors and some spots to boot. This looks amazing. I can't believe I paid, what, 14, 15, maybe 20 bucks for this thing? This is absolutely lovely. I don't care if it was printed on. I don't care about the technique. Just the fact that this low-ish budget figure, looks this good, this colorful, this fantastic. I gotta sing my praises. I really, really do. Shut your mouth. Yeah! I'm just like Ultraman. Just look at this piece detached. The paint, the detail. Taking a look at the backside, fantastic detail. I am so impressed with this little thing right here. And since this is off, I guess we can just show off the accessory real quick. This dried piece of lasagna is the frill all closed up before Dilophosaurus goes into attacking an ink spitting mode, or poison, or something, some kind of neurological thing. All you gotta do once removing the frill is just get the neck and head up like so, make sure the red part is right under the head, and boom, there you go. It's all nice and closed up, and I do have one complaint about this, just a tiny little complaint. They didn't really include instructions on how this is supposed to be applied, so I'm not even sure I have this on correctly. Maybe it's supposed to be like that, because I feel like it fits under the jaw a bit more, and yeah, maybe it's like that. Yeah, next time, Mattel, please include instructions for people like me who don't know their dinosaurian sciences. That would really help. Anyway, save for the frill, I would say the paint and detail that is present on Dilophosaurus' head and back of head and neck region is just sublime. I love how this looks, even though the eyes are very blatantly painted on, and I'm not sure if they're even molded on there. I still say this looks better than my copy of Rexy with the glass eyes that look like dead eyes. Oh no, I just insulted one of the best figures of the year. Loving the darker splotches of blue, and they have a bit of shimmer to them. I don't know if that's intentional or not, because it seems like it's only on this side of the figure, but save for the paint. The detail on the head over here is fantastic. I mean, just look at that. That's friggin' impressive. Holy cripe. And all of that lovely detail carries over all throughout the head. I'm impressed, I'm impressed, I'm impressed. The inside of the mouth ain't half bad either. We have the membranes painted on either side. The teeth are fully painted. Mine are a little bit messy. We got some teeth paint on the tongue over there. The roof of the mouth won't be painted, but still, this is a small figure. The fact that it looks this good is more than praiseworthy enough, I feel. Alright, enough about the head. The paint and detail on these dinky little arms is rather nice, although the only paint you're going to be seeing is going to be on the claws. Still nice as hell, no matter what way you look at it. More paint on the thighs, moving into not too much paint on the shins, ankles, and feet until we get to the toes, and again, very serviceable, just fine, don't need much more than this. The tail is going to feature a continuation of the little pattern on the back of the figure, and it's gonna look just lovely. Now, unfortunately, on my copy, a lot of the paint that was on the joints is starting to scrape off because of all the movement I'm performing. Such a thing is very evident at the top and base of the neck, but you know what I have to say to that? I didn't spend 80, 90, $100+ on this thing. I spent maybe 15 to 20 bucks. I'm not sure which on this thing. Basically, it's not SH Monster Art, so I'm not going to bitch about it. I'm going to give paint and detail on Polynesian, the little Dilophosaurus over here, 2 solid stars. The paint is fantastic. It's very much on on par with what we saw in Baryonyx and Rexy here on this channel. And I'm really happy that even though this is a smaller figure, the quality still sings true. So we're done here, now let's take a look at articulation. Starting at the head, the mouth can open up that far and close all the way up. Swivel at the top of the head, can look up that far thanks to a hinge, and then down that far thanks to that very same hinge. Same array of movement at the bottom of the neck, all the way around, all the way down, can look down very, very far. Look at that, and I'm sure we can look very, very far up, making the dinosaur look like it's asking God to kill Peter Parker.
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
I'm not going to let that joke die. These little armies Magoo can go all the way around like so. They can move out about that far, which is very, very nice, and of course back in. We're going to get a swivel at the elbow over here, as well as a bend in like so, and a bend out like so. At the hips and thighs over here, the legs can move out about that far and back in like so. They can move all the way around, full rotation. We're gonna get a lovely bend in at the knee and a bend out. Very, very nice. Also a swivel. Gonna get a bend down at the foot. Look at that. And a bend up. And we're also going to get rotation at the ankle as well. Said rotation is also known as a pivot! Pivot! Wonder if anybody's going to catch that reference. Pivot! And of course, we're going to get some whimsical rotation and up and down movements at the tail over here. Some decent side to side. Actually, that's better than decent, really. And as per usual, we'll get some bendy wire at the tail as well. I feel a little less nervous about operating this bendy wire than I did with Rexy. Maybe it's because I didn't spend $50 on it. So with all of that being said, articulation is going to get another solid star. 3 solid stars. Yet again, the Hammond collection absolutely impressing me. And from the depths of my heart, my weird little friggin' heart that probably doesn't beat correctly, I gotta say the Hammond collection is probably my favorite figure line of the year. A lot of stuff started up this year, and the Hammond collection has been really the only consistent line that I've been into this year that's just stayed impressing. So I wonder if it'll stay that way throughout the rest of this year. We'll find out. Anyway, I have seen some confusion online when it comes to putting this thing back on. Sometimes, people put it back on like that. Sometimes they put it back on like this. This is the correct way to put it back on the figure. Just go like so. Yeah, keep the lowercase v under the jaw and keep the uppercase V right here at the top of the head. It covers it up a lot nicer. And no, this being present on the head doesn't affect articulation for the head at all. And you know what? I love that so much that I'm going to award this thing another solid star, an accessory that doesn't affect the articulation and keeps with the major character of this dinosaur. Yeah, I'm a little overly impressed and a little overly excited, but yeah, another solid star. Moving on to size comparisons. What can I say, man? I mean, the Hammond collection has now proven that they can do standard-sized figures and knock them out of the park. They can do giant figures like Rexy and knock them out of the park. And now I know that they could do smaller figures and equally knock them out of the park in terms of paint, detail, and articulation. Bro, this is like the God Particle line for dinosaur figures. I really am just so very impressed with everything that this line is accomplishing and how well they're doing it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first ordered the Dilophosaurus, I thought, okay, yeah, this will probably be a little bit less than what I'm expecting, but no, it turned out to be more than I was expecting entirely. And it's the paint that really does it for me. Yeah, I love that the articulation carries over no matter the size of the figure, of course, but the frill, man, that's just always going to be my point of praise here. It looks so friggin' good. If the Hammond collection wasn't already a solid return to line after Rexy for me, it's definitely one now, because no matter the size, the quality is immense. It's huge. I am very much impressed, and I must communicate once more that I really wish Mattel were the ones that got the Godzilla license and not Playmates. They're doing better, but can you imagine a Sarazawa collection for Godzilla figures that look like this? Ayo, if you enjoyed this video, you should totally check out my social media, keep up to date with everything I'm doing. And if you really enjoyed this video, consider supporting me via Patreon. $1 a month gets you access to everything. And I do mean everything, except for all of my social security info and all that. You can't have that. You can't. I have been ShinRobjira. I hope you enjoyed, whether a lot, a little bit, just overall, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.